morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture, just to see how that incident affects our daily lives. Right now, we are getting ready to do a simple recap of the movie King Richard. This is a movie starring Will Smith in the title role of Richard Williams, who is the father of Venus and Serena Williams. This was an interesting movie that I wanted to see, simply because I think if you remember back then how Mr. Williams was portrayed, that he was some crazed man who was trying to steal the spotlight for himself and all of these little different things. So it was very interesting to watch this movie. It was produced by Will and Jada Smith, also Venus and Serena Smith. This movie was produced. I believe that there was a song curated for this movie by Beyonce. We have two young stars, I think. The young ladies that played Venus and Serena Williams. I'll get their names at the end of this. I'm going to get up on IMDb while we talk and go over this movie. Now, this movie is playing in theaters, and it's also being streamed on HBO Max. It'll be streamed on HBO Max until December 19th, so I would encourage you to go see the movie. This is going to be a non-spoiler review. I would tell you overall, I really would encourage you all to go to watch this movie. If you are a family, particularly a family of young black girls, this is a great movie to watch. Even if you are a family with young black boys, this is also a great movie to watch. Black folks in general, I think this is a great movie to watch. Alright, so here we are on IMDb. We're going over King Richard. And so we're going to talk about, let me see. So the young lady that played Serena Williams was Demi Singleton. The young lady that played, where is she? Venus Williams is Sanaya Sidney. We have Anjanou Ellis, who played their mother, Oracene Brandy Williams. We have Will Smith, who played their father, Richard Williams. So we have Michaela Bartholom as Tundi. We have Danielle Lawson as Isha. We have Landrea Price as Layla. And we had that neighbor, Erica Ringer, was Miss Strickland, child. So they had a good cast. These young ladies that played, the young lady that played Venus and the young lady that played Serena Williams, great. They to me, they obviously had to get some training in tennis, or if they already played tennis, but just great, just absolutely great. I was so happy to see the little beads, because I tell you, when I first was introduced to them, it was, girl, did you see those little girls that are playing tennis with the little beads in their hair? And I said, beads in their hair? This is just a flashback, y'all. I said, beads in the hair, and I remember it was, they were playing doubles. And I remember watching it, and I was like, wow, look at these girls just out here doing it. And then, like anyone and everyone else, we kind of followed their career. And I'm telling you, nobody knows tennis unless tennis is synonymous with Serena Williams. Tennis is synonymous with Venus Williams. I know that there is John McEnroe. I know that there is all those different people and places and things. But when you think about tennis in 2021, you think about Serena and you think about Venus Williams. That's what you think about. I know that there are a lot of other people, Naomi Osaka and all those people, but they're playing off the daggone backs of these two. They started off as young girls playing and matured into young women who played. I'm not sure Serena is still playing. I know she was hampered with some injuries, but anyway, let's just get into this spoiler review. And I say that means that I'm not going to spoil anything that probably hasn't been shown in a trailer. But Overall, this was a good movie with a great message. Uh, so let's go with the good. So we're going to do the good, the bad, and then the other. What's good? Again, I talked about that I thought that the actresses that played Venus and Serena Williams were great. I liked Will Smith's role. I'm quite sure that he may have an Oscar contention. He may be nominated for this role. Uh, Set in Compton, you have a father who believed or had a vision and believed in this vision for his youngest children. They hadn't even been born yet, and he believed in this vision for these two young girls. He said, and in the movie, this is not spoiled, this is what was said, and even in the trailer, that he had a 78-page plan for these young girls playing tennis and working and working throughout their lives. Wow. Wow. And it explains a lot about, with his character. If you remember him, he was very boisterous and larger than life, and he was very, very confident in what his children can do and where he thought that they should be at certain points in time. He was very, very adamant about that. I liked how they showed their lives. How they had, even though they lived in Compton, and at that time, Compton was you're coming off Rodney King, you're coming off the riots, you're coming off all of those different things that were going on socially within the community, but how he had crafted this bubble for his girls, how he had crafted, the thing that I liked about it was the fact that he had a constitution, a plan for what they were doing, and they were living out that plan, and nothing stopped them with that plan. Even with the folks that didn't understand the plan, like the neighbor across the street. She was so focused on thinking that they were doing something that was outside of what the community was doing. So you had the community, people living and operating and running in the community, and then you had that little 5% of the community who was showing out, who was doing all these things that were detrimental to the community. But he had carved out this role for his family, and he would take the beatings, he would take the ridicule, he would take all of that. But he still understood that there was a plan, and there was nothing that was derailing the plan. And you got to give shout outs to Oracene. She believed in the plan. She understood her assignment. She made sure that he understood when he was going just a tad too far. I absolutely love that for them, making sure, and I love the fact that they made sure that the kids in their insular life had a life. So they were happy. They, even though it was hard work, they did it for the enjoyment of it. They didn't do it because their dad made them do it and they was upset, because they made mention of that in the film when you looked at how the young white kids were faring, because it became what the parents wanted and the kids didn't have any say. So you saw Jennifer Capriati, and we all know that she kind of fizzled out and got on drugs and all kinds of stuff happened because she did it for the joy of it at first, but then it didn't become joyous because she wasn't living during it. But Venus and Serena did it because they were joyous and they enjoyed what they were doing, and they believed in the plan, and they believed what was going to happen for their life. And look at them now. The bad, it wasn't any kind of movement or plot in the movie. I just hated, because it's just so true. I just hated how people underestimated this family and the goals that they had for their family, and it all came around to race. You know, I remember there was a scene where they were going to broker a deal for the girls, and everybody was telling this man, oh, you know, it's a miracle that you've done this. Why is it a miracle that he's done this? It's no different than when you have an idea and you put it forth than anybody else that could put forth an idea and have a plan for it. And when it comes to black folks, it's like, oh, it's a miracle that you do that. No, it can be done. It takes hard work and consistency. Hard work and consistency. So this is off the top, over the cuff, because like I said, I just watched the movie. So I don't really have too many things that would be considered bad about it. The movie flowed at a pace. The movie is 2 hours and 24 minutes. But I will tell you, it didn't seem like it was 2 hours and 24 minutes. I didn't get that feeling that it was that long. This movie flowed, the pacing and everything, it flowed quite well. So I was very happy about that. So what is my overall review of this movie? This is a movie that you should see. This is a movie, if it comes out, and listen to me, if it comes out on DVD, or if you have an opportunity to own this movie and to put it in your catalog of movies for your family as an African American family, if you have a catalog to do that, I definitely would purchase this movie and let this movie play for you, particularly in scenes about motherhood, fatherhood, but particularly fatherhood, and having a dream and having a vision for your family, and sticking with that dream, and allowing your faith and your beliefs to make sure that you carry this dream forward. Just great. They have the capabilities to do a part 2, because this movie was basically talking about how Richard and Oracine made sure that they got the children to one point. It would be, they could do a whole nother movie on how they got from where they were at that point, going pro, until, I don't know, they can stop it at a point in time where they choose is comfortable. But just to see what they had to go through in order to get to where they were, and how people received them and stuff like that. Because I remember a whole bunch of stories, because I remember about everybody was all upset that the girls had beads in their hair. And I was like, them beads are tight, and I don't remember. This looks like I remember at one point, like, one of the rows of beads fell out and everybody was all upset. But I think a few beads fell out. It wasn't all of that. But they wore their little beads until they got, old enough that they wanted to wear the braids. They wore their braids. I remember Serena. I remember them going to the Olympics. I remember them, and all the while that these young ladies did that, they did it with style. They did it with grace. They were humble. And that was something that their father instilled in them, about the humility of it all. So, again, great movie. Go see it. It's streaming on HBO Max till December 19th. It's playing in the movie theaters if you want to go see it. So however opportunity you have to go see it, go ahead and do that. This is Pamela with Pam Entertainment TV. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. What did y'all think if you saw the movie? What did you think about it? Was there anything that you all wanted to add? Put it down there in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.